To one of our top stories tonight on security. 25 people have been confirmed dead following a renewed attack on Binper village in Ampe Bwai district of Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Residents say the attackers stormed the community while people were asleep, shooting at residents and setting houses ablaze. Several others are receiving treatment in hospital. Commissioner of Police Ayodeji Faniyan visited the scene, where he condoled with the affected families and assured residents that the attackers would be tracked down and brought to justice. Similarly, in Sokoto and Adamawa States, at least 33 people have been killed in separate attacks on communities, highlighting renewed security concerns across the region. In Sokoto, at least 28 corpses were recovered after bandits attacked Ngushi community in Kebe local government area on Sunday evening. The victims included the local chief imam. From Plateau State, we have our correspondent Chizoba Anionwe, who visited the community to speak further on what she saw on the ground. Also for this conversation, we have Benjamin Hon, a security analyst, to understand the wider pattern of attacks across these states. Thank you both for being here. Chizoba, what did you see on the ground, and what are residents saying about how the attack happened and response of security agencies?
Good evening, Felicity. I saw grief, I saw pain, I saw sorrow. The list can go on and on of what I saw on the ground. The people were taken unawares, let me put it that way, because for some of them, there were no signs. Usually you would hear that some cattle were rustled, you would hear that somebody was killed, and so it's a kind of retaliation. But in this situation, many of them could not lay hands in particular on what triggered this present situation on the plateau. I mean, people are mourning. 25 people were killed early this morning, around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., where they were sleeping in their homes, and then some attackers, of course, had their way, invaded the community, and started shooting at them, using other objects to unleash mayhem on these people. We're meant to understand that even toddlers, babies, were also affected in today's incident. It's such a sad one. They feel bad about this situation.
And any quick response from the security agencies so far?
Okay, well, while we were there, the Commissioner of Police also arrived. He had some words with the community members, and he assured that the attackers that are fleeing will be found wherever they may be hiding. They will be found, they'll be arrested and made to face justice. But this is where people are always having issues with these security agencies. You say they'll be arrested and made to face justice. But at the end of the day, many of them will tell you that none of these attackers have been actually arrested and made to face this justice. So that is their call for now.
Thank you very much, Chizoba, for the coverage. Let's turn to Benjamin now. My colleague just said the security agencies are saying that they will arrest fleeing attackers, but that has been the recurrent promise, and less action in terms of justice being meted out to those arrested or found culpable. What are your thoughts on that sense of, I don't trust our security agencies, and of course the attack that we just recounted?
It's the same story every other day. Remember what your colleague Chizoba just said. This is not the first time that we're hearing it. When there was the Palm Sunday attack in Plateau State, the president and commander-in-chief Tinubu visited Plateau State, and he said, this incident will not repeat itself again. This won't happen again. That will be the last time. And after he visited Plateau State, we've had several repeats of the same incident. And this one we're talking about tonight is just the most recent. So, to be honest, we have no confidence in what the president is saying. We have no confidence in what the security agencies are saying. We have no confidence in what the governor of Plateau State is saying. The Plateau people do not believe any word they hear from government officials. You know, it's unfortunate, but honestly, these guys just come out and speak when things happen, and then they go back and rest. And I don't think they're doing anything. That's it. And it's sad.
So something my colleague said that really triggered me, and the fact that there was no inkling anything was going to happen. It was almost like for a change, there was some level of peace. There was no quarreling with rustled cattle or any indication. This attack came almost out of the blue. Are there fears in your circle that this might be the beginning of a different kind of experience with security challenges?
It's just a change of tactics, Felicity. That's all it is. What's happening now is that probably the perpetrators of this crime figured that they are being repelled either by local vigilante forces or a combination of local vigilante forces and Nigerian security forces, and so they had to re-strategize and find a more potent way to launch their attacks. That's what I sense that is happening here. Not that the attacks are based on any recent events. This is more like a struggle to grab resources, in Plateau State. And it's always been the battle. It's either to grab the very fertile soil, the beautiful landscape, the serene environment, or whatever resources that these perpetrators would like to grab. And so it's a much more deeper issue than just reducing it to what happened very recently. Reprisals are small battles that happen in between, but the overall warfare, the overall agenda is much broader. And we can't trace it just to the most recent period of peace that was experienced within the plateau.
All right, Benjamin, we have to leave it there for now. Thank you for speaking with us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.